Right. Good morning. Whoops. Go back, go back. There we go. Good morning, Michaela. It looks like I had the wrong opening screen, but that's all right. We're here this morning for January 26th, 2023. I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing to you the Daily Lenormand card spread reading. And I can lower that. I didn't realise how close that was up to my chin. But anyway, it's Australia Day here in Australia, of course, and a public holiday. So I'm able to spend just a little bit more time on this. Not that I have to, because as in everyone has different things that they do on public holidays and the rest, whatever. Um, we do have the celebration of Australia Day, and there seems to be a misnomer, not quite factual basis to what people spread about it being, Captain Cook invading Australia or whatever, all that sort of stuff. It actually isn't. I'm going to do some research on what Australia Day actually is representing. And it is to do with when all Australians became Australians. It was actually in the 1940s, not as the land was landed on, so to speak. So, there's always there is always a completely different basis of fact to what we actually think things are celebrated for. And because I've got my own opinions around public holidays, I think we have too many. Anyway, we're going to move forward on our daily cards. So, Deb, good morning to you. Beautiful to see you here. Thank you. Now, switch over to the cards themselves, the scene there, and I do have my owl card here already. I did remember that this morning. So it is a fortune favours the brave. So it really is getting out there and doing things that scare the shit out of you sometimes too. Um, I did say that because I'm actually looking at a card that I received from a friend. I've got it sitting here just above my eye line on my desk because I really love it. It's do one thing every day that scares the shark out of you. So, and it's a gorgeous card. I'll show that to you too. It's a how we get cards like that. So that is the card. Do one thing every day that scares the shark out of you. And in my youth, I did go sailing. I was, a dinghy like this type of thing. My sister and I would be a regular participant in the local yacht club. So it's actually the sailing club, Meningie Sailing Club. And we had I think the first one was a cadet dinghy, was the one we had to start with. And it was absolutely great fun. So do that. Do something new that really gives you that adrenaline rush as you know, to the point that it might scare you, but do it anyway. It's a wonderful, wonderful energy that it brings forward for you when you know, oh wow, I've done that. Yeah, great stuff. So good morning, Shirley. Oh, sorry, evening, I think for you, isn't it? You're over in the other ditch, yes, across those other oceans. So good evening to you, Shirley. And because it'll be your 25th. And we've got Amanda here who is new. Wonderful to have you here. And good morning, Sarah. Now, Amanda, I don't do individual card readings and pulls for this session. Look, it depends on the day whether I get back on later this evening and do that type of thing. I have been known to do an hour long plus uh, card reading, for individuals, but this one's a daily. Well, it is going to be back to the daily as much as I can. Just a short card reading to start our day, okay? And good morning, Sarah. Lovely to have you here this morning. I hope you're feeling better as well. So, as you're feeling your confusing situation, Amanda, just see what these cards are bringing to you as a. I wasn't meaning to show that up. That is a troll. Look at the face of a troll. Just have a look. And this is a stolen photo, I'm absolutely sure, from someone else's profile. or if it is a real profile, shame on you. So, anyway, here we go. Let's get into the reading. And we've got the 5 cards for those who are new. It is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck because that's the deck that I do use. This is my favourite. I've got 5 or 6 other types of Lenormands. So it's Sarah Marchetti's. It is the expanded edition. So we've got some cards that are past the 36. Card number 36 is the end of the old technical, what is a Lenormand deck? It's 36 cards. So we do have that in card 43 in this first position. That's the home one. It's the labyrinth in the home energy space. We've got card 27 as the letter in our workspace. We've also got number 1 as the rider in our unexpected space. I love that. New start, new journey anyway. Uh, so we've got the start and the end. I love it. We've got the card 36 in the old traditional Lenormand in our role. So it's the cross. So we've got a good flow for it today. And in the centre, which is the outcome card, we've got the mountain card 21. So here we go with Deb. There's a troll. Yeah, I've seen that, Deb. Thank you. And Amanda's just saying you're a real person, Spider. Oh, I wasn't saying you were the troll, Amanda. It was the other name that I'm not even going to mention. So it's somewhere on either my page, my time, or wherever. So I'll be getting rid of that later. So here we go. Thanks, Deb. I saw that you've done that. Now, with this spread, remember it is just guidance. It's not something that's a definitive set in concrete with anything. What we're doing is feeling what Spirit's bringing to us as our messages for the day, as signs, symbols, whatever. Have that sense of what we're picking up through these, what it might mean for us. It gives us that guidance, a little bit more clarity around what might be in the home space today is going to be to do with that sense of a maze. Yes, for you, Amanda, it feels chaotic, what's confusing for you. But this here is the maze, labyrinth really is a pathway of contemplation. When you call it a labyrinth, it does feel like it's a maze and that you can't see where you're going and things are just totally over the top. Well, with this, as you can see, what we've got is an openness in how we can see this pathway, and that we've got others around us who are going to be able to give us some help and assistance. What it actually is more our own journey through our life, through what we're needing to walk through, to take our steps through, so that we're learning along the way for those unique lessons we're needing for ourselves. It's not reliant on anyone else. It is stepping into that's our inner space to guide us through what is needed to be done in the next, okay? So, sorry, I haven't um, put into airplane mode my other devices, and they are all around me. Um, I'm sitting in my little electromagnetic field with all the Wi-Fi's devices sitting here too. So, and that can be part of it. It's all that confusion of which signal are you actually looking at, receiving your messages from. Have it be that is this central space and place of peace. Here you might be throughout your day at some point in your home that you can sense and feel that you're sitting calmly, that you've actually reached that time and place and space that you can allow or plan to have that time where you're sitting and looking at what else is going on around you, so that you can breathe in the energies of where you've come from and look toward where you may go to. And it's feeling that sense of being in that present now as you're sitting here, and being able to just be and be you, knowing that you're in the perfect place and time in that space, that moment, as in each one of these stages, steps, or parts of the journey that you're on. So in whatever, you can feel confusion a lot of the time, but it just takes that moment to take the breath, feel that centering, and then step out again into that is your labyrinth journey in life, in your home space. I mean, just start with doing one thing a step at a time. So if you know that you've got a whole list of things to do in your home, like the washing that I need to do today, like cleaning out the kitchen. There's one cupboard drawer type thing that I want to clean out today. It's that type of thing that you can take up to do that. Okay, so and that's where we are with that. Now I've got Shaz, good morning over on YouTube. Wonderful to have you popping in from there. Thank you. And yes, going on a relaxing vacation on Friday till Monday. Oh, that's nice. Having that time. A good space and place to do that over weekends. It can be a vacation. It's what you make of it. Okay, so we're moving from that home space, getting our direction, and it's very individual. And you in your home space can make it what you want, shift it out into where you want to go, what's next, that type of thing. So taking it easy, you don't have to race through this. A labyrinth really is that energy of, I'd say, contemplative sauntering, taking your time and enjoying the journey. And here we have the letter in our workspace. And that's a really good idea, Deb. Write a list a step at a time to complete it. Yep, I love checklists, tick lists, all those types of things. And if you can't do everything on it, it doesn't matter. It's that you've got that plan. And I like that the fact that that continues also into what is our workspace and writing. We've got a letter here. And now that can be personal letter or an interaction. It's communication. It's about communication. So if you are in a place and space that you are actually working today or tonight, depends, all those different processes that we different processes, planning that we have, schedules, some people shift workers, all that sort of thing. um, but communication is a big part of what our work is, so put it in writing. If there's agreements you're needing to be signing, certainly make sure that you are doing them where there's full understanding for both parties, as you are writing it and the person reading it, or the other way around, that it's both something that can be understood, and that before signing anything too, good advice is always to go and pass it through a solicitor, lawyer, whatever the term is in your country, because I know it's a little bit different in different places. So have that as good communication. That's the basis of what our workspace is today, is good communication. And as here we have, as the sort of umbrella-y thing, unexpected energies that pop in. So you'll see the writer come in with a new message. So be certainly open and aware of what other messaging might come in from spirit guidance, or even notes that come in, memos, that type of thing, your emails that might come in, that gives that next step of indication on what might be next on the journey, because the rider is that number one card starting us on a new journey as well in some situations, new planning, new possibilities. And it's certainly, I love the rider because it really does open up that next journey that is, here we've got the depiction of the carnival horse on the rainbow, the merry-go-round. And as you can see here, I've got a carousel sitting there. It's a little broken. I've had to bring it in from the kitchen, from the dining area. I need to follow up and see what can be done for its brokenness. It's old, so I've got to get it fixed. But this one, it's a brand new. It's the start of the journey in the energies of the Lenormand deck. So it's wonderful to have that. Keep your eye open for new things you might be able to do that takes you away from drudgery, if it's the housework you're doing or something like that. Take you away from what is, here we get that. Here is the possibilities of something new and starting off for the next step in work. Have that sense of openness when you feel the energy, when you feel the situations around you. You might have someone come up and approach you directly, as in, a one-to-one, and bringing a conversation of suggestions of something, or you hear it as you're having a coffee out with someone and you just hear phrases from songs that really tweak, and that sends you a message that starts a flow of the next step on your pathway. or something that you can take to your workspace. It's all the possibilities. Here with our role, the cross, here we've got that's the start of the journey. Here we've got the end of a journey. Sometimes there's things that, as part of our role, is having that discernment and that inner knowing, I suppose, at times when some things need to be completed and finished off. The cross is about responsibilities and the different roles that we hold. Sometimes, we know when something is finished and completed, and you need to let it go, not just keep carrying it with you all the time as the in case. It's almost like, because I am a bit of a hoarder, so there's things that I hold on to for longer than I need to, possibly that, the carousel. Um, it's something that my mum and dad had in their home, and I've kept it. That's why I've got it. It was passed on to a granddaughter who doesn't have the room for it. Look, there's very many reasons why we hold on to things. And there are times where you really do need to let them go. If it's the right timing and you're needing to start something new, open the space for that by letting go what you don't need to carry with you anymore. That's your role today for what we're needing to be doing to have that fullness in our day. With the mountain in the center, here we've got that beautiful high mountain, the wonderful peaks. You can see the nooks and crannies and crags, and the valley you can't see because it's the other side. But there is that, you just get the sense of the depth and the challenge that's in this mountain card because of how well it's depicted. But have a look, there is the moose. Put yourself in that. Is it a moose or a reindeer or whatever? Put yourself in being that creature, that energy, that living being who is able to go anywhere within this scene. It's not as challenging. It can be challenging to a degree, but you can go anywhere in wherever you are in this pathway of where this mountain is in your life at the moment. So if you feel like things are challenging a bit in that confusion, um, just point your nose in what direction you know you want to go and take the steps. Take the steps, move around that scenery, move around that environment in whatever way you need to with confidence, knowing you've got the skills because you do. Just take that visual, look where you're going, take the steps, and keep aiming for where you're going. You don't need to look back and keep picking up other people's responsibilities and things. Just take on what you know you want to do, what you need to work and move it forward so that you are achieving what you're needing to. And it's, in some sense, that's communicating that to yourself as well. Probably not in the form of the written form, but you certainly can write yourself these notes, these to-do lists and things that will help you continue to take that next step once you've finished one, just to get that linear clarity for yourself as well. That's a possibility. Create your own pathway through this mountainous stuff so that you can, even with looking back, you might be able to then retread some of the steps, not go all the way back, but retread some to regain that going forward again. Do you know what I mean? Because there are some times where you need one step forward, two step backs to keep moving forward. And that's only just a reset type of factor so that you're actually instilling in more strength to move it forward so that there is that good foundation. It's like a road we can tread. I like that one. Yeah, moving forward and saying, "I got this." That's wonderful. And Sandra, good morning. Yeah, vision board, an absolutely fantastic tool. For those who use it, I haven't. I did once upon a time, many years back. But I suppose I'm at that point where I'm feeling quite comfortable in taking the steps of what I do, just as I do. I'm very much an in the now person. But there are checklists that I do right that, you're ticking off what's the next task. So there's times where you can just be treading through the bush, and I'm going to use the Australian bush as an example. You're treading through the bush it's raw bush and there's absolutely no pathway, and you're really forcing yourself to move through it with this. And that really is a challenge, but you can still do it because it's not as if there's no gaps or avenues where you can step through. No bush in this, I don't think, as far as I can remember in my times traveling through and around the place, that is absolutely impenetrable. You can still get through. But once you've done it once and you've got someone following you, it creates what is that little trail. And then when we can and need to have others follow, there it makes it wider and harder. The more feet that tread it, it creates more of what is from a trail. It creates a track that's more hardened. And then from there, if there's further need to continue to gain access on that same pathway, it then creates what would be more a pathway, like you're going to asphalt it or concrete it or something and make it more permanent. You understand what I mean? So we're actually building on what our experiences are, what we're moving through to create what is our pathway, but also for others to follow, to learn from us, to move it forward. It's not in that context of destroying all the bush, so to speak, to just create ease for us to walk through. It's just that's sometimes that progress can create the ease for the next time we need to tread a similar path, if you understand that. So there you go. And exactly that one, it's the kangaroo trail. They know. It is. It's like that. And then we're all learning from that same experience in different ways because we are all individuals, but it is moving us through what is our life path and showing others, look, over here, try this out. Not None of us are going to have exactly the same experience of the same spaces because we are all individuals. So create what is your experience from this, your learning pathway of what our mountains are, and that outcome is going to be specifically yours and what you're needing. So I think it's a wonderful spread this morning because we have that in our day that is something new for us. It's going to start us on our own journey and bring us to a completion at the end of the day, that we know that in all of this that we're going to be connecting with other people and bringing forward our goals into what we're doing, that we are meeting the challenge, that we are growing our own muscles, our own beingness, and moving forward in our pathway in life. And that's a really good summary of that too, finding our purpose. Thanks, Deb. So I agree. Wonderful findings that you yourself are discovering, even in just what I've been able to share with you. My interpretation as I'm moving along with these cards, I don't have them pre-planned or look up books or anything. I do just go with what I'm feeling and sensing right now as I'm reading these to you. So, if it's something that really does feel for you, what you can do for yourself, take a deck of cards, choose just anything. It doesn't have to be a Lenormand deck. Take what you feel is going to be your tool that helps you in your daily guidance. Because I mean, I just love doing this, have done for a few years now. And as far as the live streaming goes, I just got a bit out of whack after a holiday. I think I'm coming back into my being mode of, the regular pattern of life, I suppose, of what I really do enjoy. It is the daily live streams. So certainly choose what for you feels a natural form to take your own inner guidance, take your own inner journey and move that forward for yourselves. So thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you, Michaela, for being here, and thank you, Sarah. Thank you, beautiful soul. Such a love story in the cards. They are a lovely story. Have a wonderful day. The thing with stories too is that we can create as we desire, as we see it fits ourselves, our purpose and life. So from each of those messages that we're getting from the cards, live it, do it, be it type of thing. So, and thank you, Deb. Resonates love and light to you. Thank you. And hi, Lynn. You might need to go back and watch the replay if you're just coming on because I'm about to finish. It is going to stay there as long as Facebook and YouTube and whatnot leaves it there. So I hope you enjoy your watching the replay and interpreting for yourself, and certainly open to questions coming up later in the chat here. I do keep notifications on so I can see responses. So, and I love that I share with you. Oh, thanks, Sandra. I have missed it. I have to admit, I have missed it. And thank you, Shirley. You have a wonderful evening as well, and a good sleep when you get to your, that other world realm of what is our dream state. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't. I had a restless night last night, so I think I'm feeling a little bit tired again this morning. I am dog sitting one of my daughter's dogs, and Tilly tends to. I have let her sleep on the bed, not in it. She's on it, but she has been tending to put her head on the other pillow, and she does tend to take half the bed. Those who have dogs that sleep with you, I'm sure you understand. And I'm not used to it, not on the bed anymore. So there you go. Until, well, possibility I might not be doing the live stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to. I will attempt to make the daily live stream still, but with the working pattern that I've got, it just depends. So watch out for your notifications. I will program it, I'll schedule it. And I think with the scheduling, if you hit be notified, you will get the notification that I'm live with it. And I'll plan it for 8 a.m. here, Adelaide time. And I have a 10-minute gap that I can go 10 past, and then it deletes itself if I haven't been able to get onto the actual live stream. So I'm planning to be 8 o'clock. Let's hope that that is right. Keep an eye out for the notifications. And I'd love to see you again tomorrow morning and Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whatever. We'll see what goes. So thank you for being here with me, and certainly pass on to others who may enjoy this type of guidance, cards, reading, interpretations, etc. Certainly let them know. Uh, I just go by the @rosboundy. You'll get my page and etc. I can be found fairly easily and connected with. So thank you. Keep being the best you that you are. Beautiful people. And see you then. Namaste.